Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Alex Eala set for Wimbledon stint. Manila, Philippines. Alex Eala is making her second Women's Grand Slam appearance after being included in the 2025 Wimbledon entry list. A month after her main draw debut with the French Open, Eala has been listed as No. 72 with the Grand Slam tournament in London from June 30 to July 13. Still carrying her momentum from a dream run in the Miami Open, the world No. 77 Eala's latest appearance in a major follows her tough three-set loss in the first round of the Roland Garros to Colombia's Emiliana Arango on May 25. The 20-year-old Eala also competed in the French Open doubles and reached the second round with Renata Zarazua. It's been a hectic 2025 season for Eala. On Saturday, she took down Zeynep Sams of Turkey, 6-1. 6-3 in her first qualifier game in the Lexus Eastbourne Open. The Filipino tennis sensation eyes to advance to the main draw against qualifying round top seed Hailey Baptiste of the United States on Sunday. Eala reached the main draw of the WTA 250 Lexus Nottingham last week, but fell to Magda Linette of France, 4-6, 3-6 in the round of 32. The summer sun slants low over London, casting long shadows across the sacred green lawns of the All England Club. Among the hushed reverence of tennis tradition, the sound of bouncing balls and clipped footwork echoes through the cool air. In the heart of this historic theater, a new chapter quietly prepares to unfold, one that stars a young Filipina with fierce resolve and a smile that belies the fire within. Alex Eala is set for her Wimbledon stint, and with her, a nation dares to dream. The grass ahead. Wimbledon is not merely a tournament. It is a ritual. Its white-clad warriors, meticulously manicured grass courts, and strawberries and cream tradition have made it the temple of tennis. And for 19-year-old Alexandra Alex Eala, a journey that began on the hard courts of Manila has now brought her to these verdant battlegrounds. A two-time junior Grand Slam doubles champion and the 2022 U.S. Open girls singles title holder, Eala is no stranger to pressure or prestige. But Wimbledon, with its centuries-old elegance and notoriously tricky surface, is a different beast altogether. Grass is quick, slick, and unforgiving. It rewards agility, finesse, and tactical intelligence. And for players raised outside the European circuit, it can pose a steep learning curve. But Eala, schooled in the famed Rafa Nadal Academy and raised with a resilient Filipino spirit, has never been one to shy away from a challenge. Roots and resolve. Born in Quezon City, Philippines, Alex Eala picked up a racket before she was tall enough to reach a net. Guided by her family, particularly her mother Riza, a former national swimmer, she grew up in a household where discipline and ambition went hand in hand. Her early promise on the court turned into international exposure when she began training in Spain. There, in the crucible of the Nadal Academy, she learned not just technique but tenacity. Train like Rafa, they'd say, and she did, absorbing not only the Spanish heavy topspin style but also the relentless work ethic of her idol. That training bore fruit. In 2020, at just 15, she captured her first junior Grand Slam at the Australian Open in girls doubles. 2 years later, she went one better, winning the U.S. Open junior singles title, becoming the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles trophy. Now, in 2025, she sets her sights on her Wimbledon debut in the seniors, ready to test herself against the best on grass. Breaking barriers, building legacy. For Eala, this is more than personal glory. Every swing of her racket sends ripples across Southeast Asia. She stands as a beacon of hope in a region still forging its place in the global tennis map. Every win she earns is a reminder that talent can bloom anywhere, even on islands far removed from Europe's red clay or America's blue hard courts. I want to be a symbol of what's possible, Eala once said in an interview. Not just for Filipinos, but for all young athletes who dream of making it. Her Wimbledon stint is not merely about rounds and rankings. It's about representation. Every time her name appears on the draw, every time the Philippine flag flashes on screen beside her name, history inches forward. The challenge of Wimbledon. But the road at Wimbledon is rarely smooth. Grass is the least familiar surface for Eala and, historically, Asian players. Save for the likes of Kei Nishikori or Lina, have found it difficult to crack the top echelons at SW19. Wimbledon favors serve and volley, quick reflexes, and adaptability. Eala's game, molded on hard courts with heavy topspin and tactical baseline play, will lead to evolve. Her touch at the net and her ability to read low, skidding bounces will be tested from the very first match. But what she lacks in experience, she makes up for in preparation. In the weeks leading up to the tournament, Eala has been grinding through grass court warm-up events, sharpening her serve placement, slicing with more intent, learning the subtle dance of movement on slippery turf. And perhaps most importantly, she carries a trait that can't be taught: mental toughness. Her match play reveals a maturity beyond her years, calm under pressure, willing to grind out long rallies, and always with a poker face that hides inner fighter. A new chapter. When Alex Eala walks through the ivy-covered gates of the All England club, she does so as both competitor and trailblazer. Her Wimbledon stint, whether it ends in a thrilling deep run or a lesson-laden early exit, marks a pivotal moment in her career. This is the kind of milestone that could shape the trajectory of a young athlete, the kind that carves its way into national memory. Because years from now, whether she becomes a Grand Slam champion, an Olympic flag bearer, or a veteran mentor for the next generation, 2025's Wimbledon may be remembered as the tournament where she truly stepped into the global spotlight. The Filipino crowd abroad. Expect chants. Expect cheers. Expect the unmistakable sound of proud Cavabayans waving tiny flags from the stands. The Filipino diaspora is global, and tennis fans in London will make their presence felt. For them, Eala is more than an athlete. She is a symbol of excellence in a country too often overlooked in elite sports conversations. Her mere presence at Wimbledon plants the Filipino flag on the sport's most exclusive turf. And that matters. Grassroots to grass courts. Back home, tennis academies and schools beam her matches on projectors. Young girls grip their rackets a little tighter. Coaches tell stories of 8 Alex and how she trained, how she studied, how she never gave up. That's the power of representation. It turns dreams into plans. A prediction? No one knows how far Eala will go this year. The draw could be kind, or it could pit her against a top seed in the opening round. But the outcome isn't the only story. The fact that she's here, with racket in hand and dreams on her shoulders, is a victory in itself. Whether she exits in round 1 or finds herself on center court deep into the second week, she'll have already achieved something timeless. She made history possible. Postscript. Wimbledon often tells the story of legends. Of Federer's grace, Serena's dominance, Djokovic's defiance. But it's also a place where new stories are born, where unexpected heroes rise, where the sound of a new name whispered through the crowd can become a roar in years to come. This year, one of those names might just be Alex Eala, and the grass might remember her footsteps for decades to come.